ourselves some gas. I don't think... That's interesting. I don't think the creator of this map knows that he put European gas stations on here. Dude, 367 a gallon? Holy! Oh, God, dude. Yeah, man, these gas prices are getting out of control. Alright, so if you guys remember from last video, we bought a combine harvester. And we rented a header, a draper, specifically. And I rented it because I wanted to test it to see how it would run on the combine before making the $60,000 purchase, which is how much I think it was. I don't know how to check to buy it. So, there she is. Oh, my headset's... I gotta get a new headset. It's being crappy, making noise. Ooh, and I hit a wall. Ah. Doesn't look like there's any damage. Yeah, that's a big draper, and this is not that big of a harvester. Let's climb on up. That's... Alright, so... Actually, I don't think that's, like, too ridiculous. But, then again, you guys are gonna kill me if I don't, get the New Holland. That is way too small, though. That's the thing. I think both of these are a little too big. I think my best bet is to go with either the Massey... How many meters is how many meters is this one? That was a 9 meter. I don't need 9. I need more like 7. That would be perfect. That's exactly what this thing needs. Maybe I can go a little smaller. 5.7? 5. Let's go with 5 meters. I feel like 5 meters is fair. Well, we did just spend a bunch of money renting all these things, and now I really don't want to buy one. Oh, these are the same price. I'm gonna buy the bigger one. That, all that, BS spending and all that. I don't really care about the colors. Alright, I can paint this red or I can paint that yellow. I really... trust me, I don't want to mix match these up, but I mean, I really don't have an option when it comes to... If these will even attach. Okay, good. This is a beacon... Okay, it has beacons. I don't know, I'm gonna get that truck back. Probably gonna have to walk. So there's really no point in... Am I... No, that's where I'm selling the barley. Never mind. I keep on getting mixed up because when I originally looked at what I was going to do when I planted all these fields, I was going to sell the barley, or... Oh my god. Keep the barley and sell the... soybean, that's what's in the field, sorry. So, but I figured out the soybean prices... Last year, the soybean prices went up really high, like in about a month. So they go up real high. So what I'm gonna do in a few months is what I'm gonna do. Well, not in a few months. What I'm gonna do when I harvest the soybean, I'm gonna keep it for a bit in the silo. Is the ground wet? Oh, I think the ground's too wet to harvest. We may have to wait till later. But I really don't have an option when it comes to harvesting at the moment because, I mean, it's either I really, you know, my stuff's not grown. I mean, my stuff's not grown right now, like a lot of it, specifically my soybean field, and a lot of other, it's going to be, I feel bad for a lot of these larger farm operations, because back there, that cornfield's actually Mr. Recon's, um, and, he got really late as well as Nato did, um, like, he got really, they all got real late. Me and East Wolfie, the owner of this, who's one of my good friends, he owns this little plot of land here. Actually, he got in later than everyone else, but the thing is, he got in so late that some of his fields were actually one of his fields is actually already planted by the previous owner, and then he planted the rest of them. And he's actually well, he planted the rest of them, then really started getting into the server a lot later in the game, but he is the most ahead in fields. All of his fields are ready to be harvested. Of course, he only owns 3 fields, and he's moving his operation is way down south, southern part of the county, and he is moving up north here with the rest of us. It's a land race, mainly because, well, I've pretty much gotten rid of the land war. So the land war was originally for those 2 fields that we just drove by on the right. It was going to be a huge issue. I am not on the road. Alright, so it was going to be a huge issue because everyone wanted those fields. I decided, I was the first person to tap out. I was like, I'm not even going to worry about those fields. I don't need them. I have land. The land war really made me take a look at my land and think, and it really made me realize exactly how much land I have, which is a lot. All of those like grass fields and pastures and little bits of grass like around the farm. I realized I can make those into fields, which is what I did, and it's actually turned out really freaking well. Um, those fields are gonna make a lot of money. So I so let me make sure. I gotta make. Do I want straw? I'm gonna go with the yes. I don't have a lot of straw. Also, for some reason, there's stuff in the road. Don't know why. Honest. So, I talked down the original one. Now there's a new one because, see, East Wolfie is moving his operation north. Recon, well, here, I'll show you guys on the map because I can do that. Once I pull into the farm here. Alright. We'll stop here and look at it. Pull out my tablet here. Alright, so here's the map. So this is my property. I'm the red. I own the most land out of anybody. The green's the government. Don't worry about them. So this pink is East Wolfie. So he has a couple fields down south. It's actually 3 fields he has. Or 2 fields down there, and then he's got 1 field here. So originally, it was going to be a race between me, out of M5, East Wolfie, and Eclipse Recon, the only farm owners in game, for 12 and 31, which literally splits our properties all in half. And they're nice fields. They're really good sized fields. I was able to talk the race down. First time, I was able to talk everyone down from it. I was like, I was able to get, I wasn't actually able to talk everyone down from it. Essentially, I backed out first. I said, no, I have a lot of land. Then, I think the first person, or the second person to go out of it was Mr. Recon. Because he decided that he's going to do 14, 15, 13, 17, 16, and he's going to go all over here. Well, eventually, Not of Him 5 broke, because he bought 7, he acquired 7, and he's going to buy 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, and maybe 11. But East Wolfie was I don't even know if he's still going to do it or not, but I think he's moving his farm operation, which is why this is going to be a new land race. He's moving his farming operation up here. Now, the reason this is an issue, and this is a land race now, is because Mr. Recon, I don't know, I'm not for sure, probably wants to expand north to connect his property between 23 and 24. Now his property is split by by the road. So I think he's gonna want to buy these fields, and then again, but then there's East Wolfie, who's moving his farming operation up here, who's buying all of these fields. Oh, you just go in here. But the thing is that I plan on it. I plan on coming in here. I'm gonna buy this little plot of land here. Then I'm gonna make a road through here, and I'm gonna farm this whole area. It's perfect farmland. It's rolling hills. I'll show you guys, but it's really, really nice farmland, and I really, really want it. This is all my fields that I have. This, this, and this. So 3 canolas, 2 wheat, 1 barley, 1 soybean, 1 oat, and 4 oilseed radish. I think I have 11 fields. Yeah, 11 fields. And I'm gonna end up putting some more in here. I would do these ones, but they're just so small back there. They look big on the map, but they are really tiny. We'll roll back there soon. I have to go. Like, they're so far, they're so small, I can't even get grass out of them. So, let me go into the help menu, or the help window real fast to make sure that I get all this stuff right. Alright. So, we'll start on this side. Start along the road. Oh, they're too wet. Nice version. Come on. What's the minimum? They're only 9% wet. What the heck is the minimum? If they're not, because they're only 9% wet. And harvest, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. All stuff I don't care about. Okay. So how do I tell? It's gonna rain. It's gonna be pretty dry though. But how do I tell when I can do them? Whatever. Really, I was hoping to make some cash today, but I was hoping to make like 50, 60 grand off that field. That wind is just, it's freaking crazy, dude. It is just, it's blowing. It's still blowing. I need a place to put this. Oh, I have just the place. I have just the place to store this header too. I really need to clean the farm up. I'm starting with those bales. I'll probably go put them away here in a minute. I'm not gonna record that though, because it is very, very laggy moving bales in and out of that shed just because of how many there are. And there's a lot of stuff in this game. It's a PS4. Now, I eventually do intend to mine a PS5, but I really don't know. I mean, a lot of people, I know a lot of people have PS5s and they're nice and all, but there's really no specialty features on them. I mean, there's no point. It does everything a PS4 does. Like, oh, faster loading times and all this and that, and I'm like, it's not even the console that makes it faster loading times. It's a damn game. The only game I've ever had issues with loading times is actually Farming Simulator. But people like Grand Theft Auto takes so long to load into. Get a little quiet. It's getting a little loud, so I'm inside the cab. Um, and people are like, uh-oh, you know, uh, GTA's loading times are so long. And I'm like, I have never once had an issue with a Grand Theft Auto loading screen. Or, well, back when it was like super crappy and it took an hour to load into a game, yeah, but in the past maybe year or two, I've had no issue with it. The loading times have been exactly what I expected for a huge hit game like that. They're not ridiculous. Not to me at least. I mean, that's perfectly, 6 minutes loading screen. That's on a crappy day. It's perfectly acceptable. It's a huge game. It takes a while to load. Normally my loading screens in GTA take about a minute, not even, but Farm Sim can sometimes take up to 5 to 10 minutes because Farm Sim is just, it can be really laggy and really, really bad. Like, some people can't even play on our server because of the amount of lag they get when they join. Of course, on maps like these, there's always expected to be a lot of lag for the first, like, 10-20 minutes, while your system's getting used to, and your game's just getting used to all of the mods and everything that's going on. Then it eventually just evens out and is just perfectly fine. Like, if I ever record loading into a game, it is going to lag like crazy as soon as I load in. But, it's a game. That's a video game for you. Now, the question is where do I want to store the harvester? I'm thinking I could just slide it in back here. Oh, that's done. I want to get it in this little corner. Seems like a good spot. Alright. Now we gotta continue putting more stuff away. So actually we do have to check on my cows here. So they need water and TMR. Everything else is good. So we're gonna actually sell this little trailer because it is just not working. This thing is really loud. I'm gonna try not to drive it as much as possible. So let's start with I just realized I shouldn't leave this gravity wagon actually out because it could fill with water and that. Of course, I could fix that by literally just. It's not gonna let me. Wait, hold on. Why isn't it? That's weird. I guess it's just something that mod does. Then. I'm not gonna try to back this into anywhere because it's got that little turn axle on there. And turn axles, and this is also a really small wheelbase on a trailer, is just are the most frustrating things. It's essentially like backing a semi with a dolly on it. Which is, by the way, what I don't do with that dolly. The only reason I have it is so I can connect trailers and... let me slip through. Oh, yeah. So I can, catch stuff. But we have got a lot of work. What? That's a genius spot for a freaking TMR wagon. That is 100% genius. I also got to get more gravel put down in here, over here, because it's dirt. Screw those eggs. Just push them all out of the way. I gotta move them all anyways. And this thing isn't gonna be. This New Holland is not gonna be, or that wagon, mixing wagon is not going to be in there for long. Let it warm up for a minute. Well, I'm gonna pull this out because I don't need it sitting like and looking stupid like that. And I can just, ooh, I hit the other tractor. I definitely scratched the tractor. Yeah, and I would have never been able to get this thing out of here anyways. So, just park it up to here. Well, that really sucks. I really wanted to do some harvesting today. And there really isn't much more I can do. Let's go put the semi-truck away. This thing is really loud. Loud, right? No, it's, I don't know why. See, 82's just talked about it, about like why it's so loud like that. And he's like, oh, well, those things are ridiculously loud in real life. But you have to think about it. In proportion with everything else in this game. In proportion with everything, every other mod, every other semi-mod, every other tracking mod, it's out of proportion. See, compared to everything else, close that, this truck is for some reason louder than this combine with a loud freaking motor, or a tractor with a huge engine in it, and somehow, semi still louder. Do not know why. It's way out of, like, I don't know why, it's wrong. I gotta move all of these freaking boxes of eggs. Those are eggs. They're probably all broken. I could throw them on the shelves. I need to get, like, I should get a dump bed for this thing. Yeah, I have room. I could drop that bed and buy a dump bed, but I think I do that now. That is expensive. So, this field is, like, I think 87% done. That is almost done. I do not know. I gotta go check the status of this wheat field, because this wheat field's on my land, and it's not mine. I get the straw out of it. So any straw produced by this field, I'm getting it. It goes to me. Let me check the status of it. Okay, so it is only 33? Is that growth, or? Yeah, that's growth. I think. Let me check. Here, I'll look on here. So it says 100 on this thing. Okay, yes, that's growth. So that's only 33. Why is that not growing? That is not liking that soil. We planted this at the same time. We planted this at the same time that we planted that soybean field. Normally wheat grows way faster than soybean. That's interesting. I don't know why. That's like that. That's weird. We'll have to come out and fix that. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's not my field. Really not my problem, but it's on my land. And it's a friend's field, so that's all his land back. Actually, I own this little stretch of woods here, and then beyond that woods is his land. So I think that's where it'll wrap it up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you later.